Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali. In this video tutorial, we will explore another practical example based on using dynamic array formulas. So we will be exploring take, drop, and XMATCH together to resolve this issue. So first, let me explain what the issue is. That we have different attributes, and every attribute has three columns: target, sales, and sale percentage, right? And we want to look up attribute wise. So let's say I want to create a drop down menu here in this particular cell, and when I click on any attribute, for example if I select attribute D, so attribute D target number, sales number, and sale percentage number should be looked up in this yellow highlighted cells. Okay, now this is not a common tabular data where we can use VLOOKUP or index match or XLOOKUP very easily, but we need to do some tips and tricks. So to build a solution, I have picked the solution as a combination for take, drop, and XMatch, and these functions fall in the category of dynamic array formulas in Microsoft Excel 365 version. First, let's create a drop down. So for that, we will go to a blank cell. Let's type drop down list, and here we will not be creating a drop down list for attribute manually like A, B, C. Okay, we will not do this. What we will be doing here is we will be applying a function, so equals to filter. What we need as an array, we need these alphabets, attribute names, which starts from B5 to P5. Then the second argument is include, where we add the criteria. So what we want, again we will select this entire row, and we want to filter out which is not equals to blank. So we got the list A, B, C, D, E. Now that is like horizontal, we want it vertical. So we will be adding another function to call and close the bracket. So we got the list, drop down list A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now the purpose of combining filter and the criteria and to call function is, if you can see in the data, the attribute is being written on the very first cell and the next two are blanks. Similarly, for the next attribute, the B is written in this particular cell E5, whereas the other cells are blank, as you can see, right? So filter function, what filter function is doing here, it's basically filtering out and giving us a return as an array of all those attribute alphabets, but ignoring the blank cells. Okay. Alright, once we created a drop down list, we will be applying this here on this red highlighted cell. So to create a drop down list, we will go to data tab, and here you can find drop down data validation. So we will select, we want to create a list, and in the source we will write equals to, and where our drop down list is starting, we will provide that cell reference, that is W6, and we will add hashtag. Okay, click OK. Now when we open this drop down menu, we have the list available of different attributes we can select from this drop down menu. Okay, now the next portion is how we're gonna fetch the lookup values from multiple columns based on different attributes, and this is a non-tabular data. So let's get started. I will apply the solution here and then I will explain you how we can understand this. So equals to take, we will add dropped, then in the drop array we will select the range from B7 to P7, that's our outcome. Okay, then comma, for the columns we will add XMatch function. Okay, so in the XMatch the lookup value will be this attribute cell, which is R7, and that will find itself in the first row where the data starts, which is from B5 to P5, bracket close, -1, close the bracket, then call in the take we will add a columns 3 and close it. And for the sale percentage cell, we can just click on home and click on %sign. Okay. Now when I select any attribute from the drop down list, you can see we are getting that exact values of that particular attribute, right? That's awesome, that when you select any attribute you fetch those values through lookup technique, and we have used take, drop and XMATCH, which is available in Excel 365. So the possible explanation of this particular logic is that the XMATCH function, let's talk about XMATCH function. This part finds the position of the value in cell R7, which is the attribute, from the within range from B5 to P5, and the result is then subtracted by -1. Then we nested with the drop function. So the drop function is used to exclude the elements from the beginning of the range, which is from B7 to P7, and the number of elements to exclude is determined by the result from the previous step. And lastly, the take function is applied to the modified range from the previous step, and it extracts the first 3 elements from this modified range. Okay. So I hope you like this technique. Thank you.